Issa, your brother is fine. He single?
Yeah, but he's gay.
Benjamin daddy gay, ain't it?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Insecurity, the official recap podcast for HBO's Insecure. My name is Crissle.
And I'm Francesca.
That's right, and we are here to get started with season 4. It wouldn't be the same without your air horns, friend.
You know, it's been a long time. I had to bring them back.
It has been a long time. We have been waiting a while for season 4. When we last left Issa and Molly, things were a little bit not going so great.
Right. She had just moved, right?
Yeah, so she had just moved. She was setting up her new apartment and all that, but she was like dealing with Nathan, who had ghosted her and then came back. And Molly was fucking up with Andrew and apologizing, and he wasn't trying to hear it and all that. And then they were also having beef with each other a little bit behind the whole Nathan situation. When Molly sent him away for Issa's birthday, and Issa was pissed. And I maintain Molly was not wrong for that, but whatever. Y'all felt
Thank God for
differently.
your memory, because I didn't remember any of that.
Well, I remember because I was definitely in the minority. Most people were like, she shouldn't have did that. That was fucked up. But I was like, bitch, let me enjoy my birthday. Anyway, that's not the point. That was season 3. Okay. We're in season 4 now.
And
that's right.
I was so happy as soon as it came on, the new episode, just the music alone. I was like, oh, we're back.
Yes.
We are back in the world of Insecure. So good.
The first 2 songs you hear in this episode are Tyler, the Creator, A Boy Is a Gun.
So good.
And Mariba, I think the song is Sandstorm. Perfect, gorgeous music. Like, this show nails it.
This show nails it all the time. And you remember that they've put us on to a lot of artists too, so you know I'm looking forward to that part the most.
All the time. We could sit here and stand for the music all day, but let's get into the actual episode.
Fine.
So we open with audio about a missing woman, and it turns out that this is this season's show within a show. It's called Looking for LaToya.
But why did she get lost in a Red Lobster? I was like, what is happening?
Before she could sit down and have them hot Jetta Bay biscuits, child, something happened. I saw Terry Vaughn. I said, okay, so this is going to be hilarious. Like, we're going to see some realness, but this is going to be funny as hell. So while we're hearing the premise for this show in the background, Issa is on the couch and she's on the phone with somebody, and she says, honestly, I don't fuck with Molly anymore. And I was like,
already early.
Excuse me, bitch?
It hadn't even been 2 minutes in. I was like, okay, so they're setting the tone for what to expect this season.
Right? I'm like, now what the fuck happened? So they take us back to 4 months before the block party. And it is clear to me that Issa and Molly have been working on their wellness and their growth shit, okay? They've been following Hey Fran Hey.
Self-care Sundays. Okay, but was that scene not you and I to the T?
It really was.
Like, come on.
It really was. Like, self-care Sunday, but also I have weed. So...
The herbal, what you call it, herbal enhancements.
That's right.
What you say, pre-roll to perfection. They were doing yoga. Did you see the eucalyptus towels? I was like, come on, this is too much.
No, but of course, the little basket of towels. I'm like, Issa is curating a spa experience, all right?
I felt seen.
Okay, it was honestly really cute, and I was proud of them. Like, you know, they're talking about how they are not holding on to emotions that don't serve them, and
come on,
you know, getting their lives together, moving forward, focusing. You know, Issa said she ain't got a job or a man, but it's good vibes only over here, bitch. You know.
And she genuinely looked renewed and refreshed.
She did.
It looked like this new season, there's kind of like a reset going on with Issa, which felt really nice to kind of like step into.
Yes, and throughout this episode, I felt like, oh, Issa has grown up.
Hello. Yes.
We have seen some maturation from season 3 to season 4, definitely.
Massive.
But they mention, you know, that this is just going to take time, and they have to hold each other accountable to keep the growth and the good vibes going. And I'm just like, you know, I am loving these two friends where they are right now. So how in the fuck did 4 months later we get to a point where they are not fucking with each other no more?
We shall see.
Girl.
But they look good in this first one.
They did. And to bring Looking for LaToya back, did you notice in the next scene when they did the overhead shots of LA, there was a Looking for LaToya billboard?
No, I didn't catch that.
I screamed. I said, okay, so they are making sure we know.
Oh, gosh.
Just a small thing that I noticed I wanted to point out to you.
And remember, that's always one of the fun things about this show, finding like the Easter eggs. There's always an Easter egg in every episode. Something cute that you might overlook.
And I always miss something. People always tweet me like, oh my God, you didn't see this. And
right.
Like, it's just so much in this show. But anyway, Issa is dressed, and going to meet Condola. And I have been waiting. I mean, this is probably the plot line that has been fucking with me personally the most.
Dude, I forgot about it completely. And then when I saw Condola's face, I was like, oh, yes.
Right.
That's right.
Here we go.
And
so at first, she's a little classic, awkward Issa, spilling water on the shirt, said her grandma died in it or something like that. It's like, girl, what are you doing, sis? But anyway, they start going over the checklist for the mixer. And we see here where Condola's relationship with Issa is like not just friends, although clearly they've gotten closer. Mm-hmm. But Condola has a lot of connections and experience. Like we seeing like in the different brands that she's bringing to the mixer and all that. It's like, so this is like a way that this relationship is beneficial to Issa in multiple ways.
Right.
And that stuck to me throughout this episode. We're going to get back to that.
And it stuck to her throughout this episode too. She was traumatized.
So Condola did the face you do when you get a text from your new boo and you like happy and all that.
Oh no.
Yes, and she mentions that, it's been about a month, things are going well, and she's bringing him to the mixer. And Issa is a good friend. She's hyped for her. Like, okay, can't wait to meet him.
Would she call him the comeback kid? I was trying to remember why. Was he like wishy-washy before? Wishy-washy?
Because something happened where I think he was like turned off by her. Like she told him that he was divorced or something, and so he started.
Got you.
That's what it was. She told him she was divorced, and he was like, which is so weird. Like, nigga, she's divorced.
At this age, come on.
I don't. All right, whatever though, sir. If that was your shit to get over.
That's what it was. Okay.
And clearly he did get over it.
Where did this nickname come from? Yeah, so he came back clearly, and now they're good to go. Got it.
I just was like, man, Issa's so excited, and she just has no idea. That's sad. You can't wait to meet him. You already have, boo. You ain't even got to worry about that. But.
Oh my gosh. And they have such Condola and Issa have such good chemistry.
They do.
Mic check.
Seating.
Chairs on check.
Food.
Tacos on deck.
Alcohol.
Bars on wet.
Okay, then we're all set.
Ooh.
And I have someone mocking up the pamphlets.
Oh, perfect.
This mixer's gonna be great. We just need.
It's really adorable how they interact and how they like throw compliments at each other and gas each other up. It's just, I love this for Issa. I'm just so sorry that she's fucking your man. But anyway, Molly is on a date with Andrew at the spare room, which is like this really cute space, this retro bowling alley type.
It was super cute. And you see he cut his hair. He's so handsome.
Yes.
They look great
Cut his
together.
hair and he's still fine. Okay. It's not a lot of men that can cut a huge defining characteristic like that away and still be fine.
And it was nice to see him that he's still around. I was like, okay, so this is still a thing. Okay, Molly.
Right, because I definitely thought they were going to be like on more of a casual basis. But, things change. People start developing feelings and, the vibe can be different.
Yeah, the chemistry looks cute because they did that little bet where if he won, he'd get a kiss. And even though he lost, she still gave it to him. So I was like, okay, they're cute.
Okay, so
it's
you
hot.
like him. And you're going to let yourself like him. Good for you, sis. All right. Now, who is not on a date? Who is not on a date is Issa, okay? She is actually getting her back blown out by a thick snack. I said, okay, Issa got
Come
a
on,
boo.
TSA Bay. We always have a different company. Last time it was Chase Ho. This year it's TSA Bay.
True. True. And
they can't seem to find a comfortable position.
Right. And I was like, okay, I think I appreciate the realness here. Right. I think I appreciate the realness of this position's not working and that one's not either. And then for him to be like, oh, damn, girl, you like a Rubik's Cube. I like a challenge. Like, that's right. We're going to keep twisting and turning this until we figure out how it's supposed to go.
Sure did. And then he put her in missionary. I was like, come on with it. What did he say to her? He was like, you about to get it now. I was like, well, all right.
And listen, what did Issa say? Church is good for everybody. Everybody loves church. Something like that. Right. I was like, okay, girl. You know what?
I did appreciate all the angles, too. It was a bird's eye view. Then we saw his body through the mirror. I was like, okay. They making sure we saw that work. Okay. They made sure.
Don't edit it away just because this man is bigger than other men we've seen on the show.
It.
So me too.
Oh, shit, you got a fan? That's what's up.
Oh, yeah, you sweat on me a lot last time, so...
Hey, welcome to a full-size nigga. But also, your room be hot as fuck. Ain't you the property manager? You need to fix that shit.
It's 65 degrees, but go off.
Oh, that reminds me. Got you a little
Sad. Remind her again then. Tell her, yeah, you got to have your AC on.
And that's another thing, too. I had forgotten that she was a property manager. So I love how they're slowly reminding us with each scene what was happening in the last one. I was like, okay, right. This building is something she's working. I totally forgot that that's how she got that apartment.
Yeah, if you didn't spend the last couple of weeks binging the last season, then
3.
then it will all, then it will all come.
All coming back. I love the gift he had for her.
Yes, Henny. I said, now who thought they could take this big ass full-size bottle of Hennessy through TSA? Ooh.
Talking about TSA confiscation.
And what was that a bottle of pills, or maybe it was weed in a prescription bottle?
Oh, I don't know what that gift was.
Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't prescription pills. It looked like maybe pre-rolled joints that they had in that sort of bottle, but I don't know for sure. Either way, Issa was clearly appreciative of the gifts, and I'm like, now this right here is actually boyfriend material as far as I'm concerned.
They were super cute. Did you see their chemistry was cute. I was like, wait, Issa, hold on now.
Yeah, like y'all joking, but her face when he said, I got you some, she was like, oh, word.
You could tell when someone doesn't want anyone to have more feelings.
Yes,
like,
yes.
Oh,
she's like, gift? Yeah, we're not doing presents, but then it was nigga presents, so it was okay.
Oh, shoot.
So Issa and Molly are heading out to opening ceremony so that Issa can pull the most ridiculous stunt ever.
And then not even going to wait till the employee is out of earshot.
I'm like, so not only are you like rotating out these clothes, which means you are being very careful to tuck the tags in at all these events.
I mean, relatable, but you know.
But you're also spelling out this plan right in front of the girl. Like,
the girl literally was looking at her like, really? Really?
So you just gonna right in front of my face though? Like, so you just all right, don't give a shit. So they're talking about the mixer, and of course Molly offers to help, and Issa's like, yes, bitch, I will absolutely take you up on it, because Condola is bringing in all these big name sponsors that she's worked with before, you know, through her full-time job, while Issa is bringing in, you know, somebody down to the Popeyes and somebody else named Dirty James, you know, like Issa's connections here are very, very local. Super local.
Once
very
again,
organic.
Relatable content. But we see already that she's feeling a little bit antsy about it. She's like, you know, these are big people, big names, big brands. And of course, Molly isn't helping because she kind of looked at her like, girl, is that what you're bringing to the table?
Well, she did kind of look at her crazy, but then she reminded Issa, everybody love that chicken at Popeyes. You know, like Molly is the one here in this scene who is still boosting Issa up even when she starts to doubt herself. She's like, you know, I got all these big names coming to my damn apartment complex courtyard. They're used to nice shit. But Molly is like, look, bitch, it's not like you've never done this before. You start small and now, you know, yes, this is a bigger scale, but bitch, you weigh more. which is encouraging and helpful.
Even though secretly he was like, okay.
Was like, I'm not in love with it, but thank you. I feel like, the point was still that Issa could do this. All she had to do was have a little faith in herself. And I think the message was received.
Right.
Sometimes friends just say things to each other in a wild way.
We do.
You like, girl, what was that?
And obviously Condola sharing her contacts that are at this level with Issa says a lot about the project they're taking on. Obviously she wouldn't be doing that just to do that. So
it's clear that she's invested too.
Exactly.
Clearly, just as
1,
much, right?
Yeah.
Something that she's passionate about as well. So they also, of course, start talking about Andrew. And Molly says that he has jungle fever, child, which, all right. And then Issa called in patient 0. What? Ma'am.
Which felt very on trend for...
you have no idea. You have no idea how that triggered us.
The foreshadowing, okay? The foreshadowing.
Listen, this show knows what up. So they're checking out, and Issa pulls out a wallet that she will not need because she isn't paying for anything.
And the girl is like, you've got to stop doing this.
She's like, oh, okay, yeah. Tell me what to do. As long as you have the policy, we will find a way to finesse it.
Child, this shit is
she's just gonna
funny.
have to start coming on a different day when you're not at work. But oh, and another thing Molly did that I really appreciated, she said that Andrew asked if he could invite Nathan, and she was gonna run it past Issa first, which I thought was super considerate because we know Molly has a history of making decisions for Issa.
Right.
So to actually bring it to her and not just handle it for her herself and then be like, we wanted to make sure that was cool. And I also appreciate Issa being like, no, I'm
very
in a new
clear.
space.
But didn't it make you kind of wonder, like, where did they leave off when Issa and Nathan for him to even want to come? I was like wondering, have they spoken again?
I think he's just regretful over the way he treated her. And the fact that she was just like, heard him out and still was like, okay, cool, I don't want to talk.
Right.
Like, it just kind of has him feeling like maybe she's, I don't know, like maybe she's a little bit of somebody that he was really interested in who got away. And it was like, he just wants to show her that he...
Yeah, see if he can maybe have an opportunity to still be cool or still be, what's the word I'm looking for? Just still have space in her life in some way.
Right. But, when
she's
a woman has moved on and when them sights are set forward, they are set the fuck forward.
Man.
And so Issa is moving on. She has a meeting at Condola's office, which it was a nice tie-in to see that Condola and Tiffany work together, see them in their same office space.
Right.
And she's trying out these persuasive tactics that she learned on Google. Truly not impressive at all.
Condola was like, I really don't like this.
I have never liked you less. You need to just focus on why people should trust you, which is a lesson that Issa is going to have to keep in mind here in a few minutes. But right then, Tiffany just glides right on in with a Porto's box and talks about how proud she is of her fetus for bringing these two together, and she will not hear anything different about it because, this is Tiffany.
And I love that they totally played into it. They were like, yeah, sure, okay.
Okay, yeah, uh-huh. We actually, okay, no, you're right. Whatever.
Oh, but then
Tiffany,
Tiffany, Condola drops the bomb that sets it all off.
Yeah,
about, you know who else I met?
Technically, your baby brought, me and Boo together too. And it's like, that's when Issa was like, was it some tall loser named Dro?
Yeah, that part took me because she said it so easily.
Because she was she said it real easy, and it was almost a little pleading undertone to it. Like, please let it be a tall loser named Dro.
Please let it be that one.
Because it wasn't that many options other than Tiffany's husband and Dro, other than Lawrence. And of course it is.
Oh my God.
Issa has found out that Condola is fucking Lawrence and vice versa, and Tiffany does her typical, it's fine.
But you know what blew me? So you're telling me that Tiffany knew.
So what I got from that scene was that Tiffany knew that they had gone out once and it ended up being a disaster when she told him that she was divorced and it wasn't coming back from that.
Right.
So I guess she thought since it was like that, there was no need to tell Issa. But she didn't know that they had started like dating regularly. So that,
but I
she
guess
was
I'm
like,
surprised she didn't even tell Condola. Like I feel like I would have just told her, like, girl, just so you know, before you move forward, whether you do or not, like that's on you. But I think you should know that that's Issa's ex of like 5 years.
Yeah.
Just why I'm surprised she did. And you know, she ends up saying it in the office, like, moment of truth. This is what it is. Let's avoid the awkwardness. She just like shouts it out. That's her ex. They were together 5 years. But it was like a little too late for that, in my opinion.
Right. I just, I don't know.
That's a good
point, though.
Would you have told her?
I'm thinking about it, and maybe I think so.
I just wouldn't want you to be in that position, you know?
I don't think I would have thought, like, if she thought that Issa and Condola met at her baby shower, then I wouldn't see any real reason to tell Issa, because I don't know that Issa and Condola are building a friendship. But clearly they were, so you're right.
That's true too, because
she should have said
there's
something.
There's no obligation between Issa and Condola anyways. There's still two strangers, but I see what you're saying in that sense. But I also feel like just for the sake of avoiding future awkwardness, I would have just said it.
I'm sure if Tiffany could go back in time, she would have screamed it. But you know what's important now is that Issa knows and Condola knows. It's out
on the table. Everyone knows what it is.
And Issa is, she's trying her best to handle it. She's like, it makes sense. Yeah, you're dope and he's dope and I'm dope too.
I hated that part. I was like, no, can we not do this?
Oh, I was like, my poor baby. When she talk about running up on Condola's exes.
That little passive-aggressive statement. She was like, wait, your exes.
Right? I mean, I probably would have done something extremely similar. I can't lie. But yeah, clearly the meeting ends soon after that, and Issa is rushing out of the building. She calls Molly, who doesn't answer, and then her imagination gets the best of her. She's right back at the baby shower, except now there's no one there but her, Lawrence, and Condola. And of course, all she can do is see them fucking around various parts of Tiffany's home. And it's just like...
And the part that got me the most was what Lawrence was yelling out while fucking Condola. I'm thinking he's going to be saying some nasty shit. And he's talking about, oh, you got all them contacts.
Oh, you well connected. I bet you own all your own clothes.
I was like, Issa's already comparing herself to Condola, Lord.
Oh, she and Condola have on the same outfit in the scene. And Condola is like, pop the tags, Lawrence.
Because I don't have to
pop
take it back.
Tags. All of her insecurities. You know, she's not as connected as Condola. She's not as good at this and not as, experienced. And she is broke and can't
Once
take
again,
the tags off nothing.
Relatable content.
Then she snaps out of it. She's like, oh shit, I gotta go.
Who hasn't been in that position?
I feel for her. I really do. Oh, because this has to be hard. The other part of this weird love triangle that is not actually a triangle is Lawrence. And he is busy looking for LaToya while opening a bottle of wine. And I truly appreciated this next part because, bitch, when I tell you, I hollered. First of all, Portia from Real Housewives of Atlanta plays LaToya's roommate.
I loved all the celebrity cameos in this show.
Me too, because she says, I think the boyfriend did it. And then we cut to Ray J, the boyfriend, and he's like, boyfriend? She said that? I mean, we was talking. Like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I ain't kill her. I mean, I killed the pussy. Like, oh my God.
Perfectly casted.
I can tell the show within a show is going to have me screaming on a regular
on the
fucking
floor
basis
every
this
episode.
season. I can tell.
Already, the fact that we just starting and it's already
just
here like
started
this.
it. Yes. So of course he's popping open a bottle of wine because Condola's coming over, and he's got the popcorn set up, you know, brought in the hot sauce.
So cute. I can't.
Real butter and all that,
I
right?
can't.
But of course, you know, it does not take long for her to tell him that the woman she's been helping all this time is his ex, Issa. And he is, of course, stunned.
And I appreciated that. I appreciated that she didn't even sit down. She walked in and immediately was just like, I have to tell you this.
Yeah, because, I mean, she was truly uncomfortable because these are two people she really, you know, likes and cares for in two different ways, obviously. But
right. And they're integrated into her daily life at this point. So it's like, we got to make sense of this somehow.
Yeah, I could tell that she was really feeling fucked up about it, you know, like just super nervous.
She couldn't hide it. Her face as soon as she walked in. That's what he was like, what's going on? Like, are you okay?
Yeah, exactly. And I appreciated that he told her the truth when she asked how long they were together. Yeah, I was like, yep, it was 5 years, you know, and so you can understand that it wasn't just some girlfriend I had for a few weeks. Like,
right.
That was.
I must say the communication between Condola and Lawrence was very cool.
It is. It was good to see.
Very clear.
And at first he's like, well, you gonna keep working with her? And then it's like he takes a breath and he's like, you know, you shouldn't ditch her. Like, it's clear that she needs your help and everything is cool between us. There's no drama, which is true. They finally did stop with the back and forth and all that bullshit.
And when they had left off last season, they had talked and been cool, right? Like things were kind of left on a better note.
Right. You know, I just felt like this was super mature in a way we have not seen this cast be ever.
Thank you.
It's like, so everybody is growing up, I see. And I am glad to see it.
We love to see it.
Love to fucking see it. And you do have that moment in your late 20s, early 30s where you just like start moving different. So
you start processing, communicating, and really like taking your time with all the situations. And I appreciated that about these scenes. Yeah, you see all the growth.
But of course, Lawrence is still a nigga, so he's still trying to get the wine going. And Condola's like, I'm actually just gonna take a rain check.
She's like, you know, there's a lot going on. I don't feel like being drunk.
This is a lot right now. And I'm glad we had this chat. It's not home, but I gotta go. Yes, which, I love it. Yes, you need some space.
Talk maturity. We love to see it.
All right, it's time for the mixer, and Amal is here. Yay, a fan favorite.
Who's apparently going to be the mixer DJ tonight.
Yo, I thought, oh, fuck, right then, but you know. Okay.
Ooh, foreshadowing.
And Issa's upstairs neighbor Trina is back. I missed this motherfucker. She is so funny. She's
trying to get on. She's like, your brother is fine.
And Issa's like, I mean, yeah, he's single, but he's gay.
She's like, my baby daddy is gay. She looking at her like, and?
Right. And? Took her son and went right back in the house. Okay, it's time to go find a fucking outfit. Being gay don't stop no show. Issa's face, I was like, that's racist because like I didn't say bisexual, I said gay. But all right, girl. Condola walks in right then and it's a little bit awkward, but you can tell they're both trying to move past it. You know, she lets her know right off front, Lawrence is not coming today, clearly, obviously.
Like, awkward.
And before it can get like super awkward, she's just like, I'm gonna get straight to work, which, you know, I really like Condola. I do. I appreciate this character a lot.
You like that part though? Because to be honest, I almost wished that she had allowed Issa to speak in that moment. Because you could tell Issa was going to say something and Condola kind of, for the sake of like not dealing with the awkwardness that clearly was coming, she was just like, listen, like, we don't even have to go there. I'm going to go get to work. And I get that, but I also felt like the same way she extended grace to Lawrence the night before when things were awkward and they kind of talked. I almost wish that she had done the same with Issa in that moment because Issa was going to say something. I want to know what she was going to say.
Yeah, I think I took it as Issa was going to say something. And then when Condola told her that Lawrence wasn't coming, her face was just like, oh, okay. Like to me, I read it as Issa being like, you know, maybe that was her main issue and she wasn't really thinking about anything else. Because it looked to me like her face had completely relaxed after that.
Like if she was
Condola
like,
being like,
point made, point taken.
Yeah, like, okay, bitch, you know. But I think you're right now. In hindsight, I think they could have benefited maybe from a deeper conversation. Maybe they weren't ready for it.
They're at work. Yeah. It's a prep before a mixer. You're not gonna get all emotional.
We're not trying to have We're not trying to have a fix my life, cry it out right now.
They weren't gonna turn it into Crissle's couch, but but something about that moment, I just had wished that just on some like human connecting, it could have just been like, I get that this is awkward, this is something we're gonna have to talk through, but like we're good, we're good, we're here, let's just get through this and then maybe talk later.
I see that, but I also think we had to have it delay like this because we needed Issa off her game for the first part of this mixer.
That part.
So that she could get back to herself. But we will get to that part. However, first Trina had to come downstairs to get dress approval. Ass or titties, and Amal, titties.
Always.
See, everybody like titties.
Oh my goodness. These characters, though.
Listen, they gonna prove Issa wrong one way or a fucking another. Molly and Andrew are on their way to the mixer, and she kind of warms him. It might be a little homegrown in there, but, my girl is trying. She's out here. And so they start kind of joking back and forth a bit, and he asks her, like, okay, if we're even still talking about next week, you want to hang out? And so she suggests Friday, but he has plans. And so she again goes, oh, okay, you got a date with one of y'all other hoes, you out here? And he was like,
little did she know that he did in fact have a date with one of his
I actually do. Yeah, there's.
And it kind of made me laugh because she was joking, but then was like, oh, bitch.
Because you just knew that wasn't it, but you was wrong. But you did not guess it.
But I appreciated that he said it straight up. Yeah. He's like, I have a date.
I'm not hanging out with the boys. I'm not doing some work mixer.
Once again, I'm loving everyone just saying what it is.
Being honest. And of course, Molly immediately got passive aggressive about it because Molly. But
instead of seizing the opportunity, she's talking about me too, dates on dates.
Like, sis, it's very obvious that you're not. Like, your reaction is let me know you're definitely not. But okay, girl. We're back at the mixer, and things are starting to pick up. People are here. They're pouring drinks. They're getting food. And Paula J. Parker is here. She's one of the business owners.
These cameos have had me so hyped. It's like you didn't know who you were going to see.
Right, exactly. So as soon as I saw her, I'm just like, spirit lighting up because I know this is going to be great. But Kelly is the bartender, which is a choice that Issa will probably regret. Because she is pouring entire cups of liquor, no mixer, no
heavy
shot glass.
Handed. What did she say? Libations equals donations.
The stronger the libation, the bigger the donation.
Child. She is something.
Issa's like, girl, bitch, this has to last. Kelly like, I'm helping you out. The faster they get drunk, the higher the checks are gonna get. She gonna take one for the team over there with Spencer, which Issa's like, literally, I'm not gonna ever direct you to do that. But girl, like, no,
but
ma'am.
If you must, I would have been like, but if you must, you're an adult.
Hey, Issa thought about it like, oh, let me get back to you. Let's see how the night go. But then, oh my God, Kelly's a fucking fool. She asked her, what would you do if you met an amazing woman who happened to be dating your ex? And of course,
she's asking for a friend.
Yeah,
apparently.
For a friend. Mm-hmm. And Kelly has personal experience with this exact situation.
But she said that she framed her and she's in jail and now they're pen pals. But that Renee is really cool, just so
Renee is cool. I'm not gonna stop talking to her, but she was dating my man, so she had to go. All right, girl. This is why we can't come talk to you about shit, Kelly. This is why. Crazy ass. So Tiffany calls Issa over to meet Paula J. Parker's character, who is named Cheryl. She's from Diageo.
So nice to meet you in person. Thank you so much for providing the Holy Spirit.
Well, you're so welcome. We do so much business with Tiffany and Condola, and Condola says such great things about you.
Issa is an amazing collaborator.
Just bring.
I can't wait for you to hear
Yes.
party.
Mama got ass too. I'm sorry, I'm just so thankful for the alcohol. I might name my daughter Cheryl, or my son. Gender is a construct.
Why don't you just tell me more about the block party?
Of course, Issa's compliments are ghetto, but...
And that's why we love her.
So you can tell here, though, that Issa is off her game. She's not feeling confident or secure in herself. Because when Cheryl asks to hear, like, more about the block party plans, it's like she can't get it out, or you can tell that things are awkward between she and Condola because they keep talking over each other and like just tripping each other up over and over again. Exactly like Tiffany said, it was like watching a live conference call where you have to wait and then somebody else talk and then they talk over the other person. It's just like, oh my God, cut it off, please, Jesus.
And I feel like this goes back to the fact that they didn't have that moment right before the mixer. Because now the awkwardness is starting to spill over into them trying to get these donations.
Right. This is definitely about more about the relationship between the two of them. Right. But we will see it manifest in the very next scene after they split up. And Issa starts trying to be Condola. Recruit these people. Right. And instead of listening to Condola's advice about being true to yourself and telling people how it is, like you're passionate about the project and what you want to do with it, she starts tailoring her pitch to every person she meets, to where all of a sudden the block party is whatever that vendor or that sponsor might need it to be. So while Issa is running around trying to get this done, Molly and Andrew arrive, and Molly's attitude is on full display, okay?
She's icy at this point.
Andrew's like, let's go get drinks. And she's like, yeah, you can get me something brown. I'm gonna go find Issa, and then you'll find me. Like, oh, girl, please grow up. Fix the fucking attitude.
We have seen this in season 1, season 2, season 3.
Yes.
The fact that it's still spilling over to season 4. I'm like, Molly, girl.
At this point, I'm like, is Molly the only one who hasn't matured at all? Like,
it
when
feels
it comes
that
to
way, unfortunately.
dating or life or whatever, I'm like, okay, sis, what, you gonna have your moment then. That's what I would have done. Like, okay, you go figure that out. And you come back when, you feel better. But
right.
She finds Issa, and Issa's like, girl, it's not going super great. Can you help me do your white people charm and all that? And Molly's like, I can't believe you brought TSA Bay out the house. Like, what is going over here? Since when do we take fuck buddies outside?
And then the camera pans to him and he's like hyping up everyone that comes in.
That white man. Can't wait for the next one. This party's nuts.
But he's so awesome. Come on.
Yes. I love how funny he is. But Issa's like, look, the budget is tight and he was free. And, he's a great hype man. And so, we making do with what we got.
And low-key, he's boyfriend material, Issa.
I'm saying the nigga brought you a whole ass bottle of Henny. He brought it to you. He could have kept that. He could have sold that. And he gave that to you,
He could have drank that.
I'm saying. So Molly brings up her issue with Andrew, the fact that he's dating other people, and Issa doesn't see the problem at all, which same. And Molly is just like, really? You don't think like this is something to react about? You don't think I should be tripping? And she's like, girl, he's here with you. So
hello.
Like, he likes you clearly. So what is it's not like y'all are exclusive. So maybe you just, let it be. Stop looking for issues or problems where there aren't necessarily any, but they can't get into it right then because Dante, who is one of the neighbors, has shown up to go complain about absolutely fucking nothing.
And he was worried about where he's going to park his car.
The car that he don't have.
Issa's like, where's your car? He's like, I don't have one.
And it's like, and I gave you notice. I sent out notice weeks ago that this was happening. This was not new to you. Like,
everyone knows this neighbor. Everyone has this neighbor.
If you have worked with the public, you know this person who came in to complain about something that isn't real and doesn't apply to them. And it's just like,
they just want to. They just
have
to say
something to do, right? Do you need somebody to talk to? What is going on? You need a turtle. You need a pet. Because
go adopt a cat, brother.
Right.
Come on.
Find something to do. And that is when a Marvel genius decides to play my neck, my back. Which was a request from Trina, really. So we know who. we know whose fault this really is, because everybody else's face is like, what?
They were mortified. Issa looked over like, I will stab you.
Yes, this is not that. Like, we love them kind of parties, but this is a professional event, or it's trying to be, and we are here to secure donors and talk about money. We are not here to pop that pussy like this. And then Trina snatches the damn mic talking about an after party. I'm like, okay, this is spiraling at this point.
And then she talking about it's going to be nasty. And Kelly was like, how nasty?
Like, Kelly would, though. Tiffany talking about people want a refund for this free ass party and all this. So, things could not be going, much worse for Issa. And at that point, she just gets the mic and she's about to read from her note cards, but she decides not to. And she just speaks from the heart. She's like, I know I've been talking to a lot of y'all and things might seem crazy, but like, what I really want to say is there's so much talent and excellence right here in this neighborhood. So I want us to have something showcasing us here. And like, let's talk about how so many changes happen in this neighborhood without our input. And I just want us to have more of a voice here while so much shit is changing. And that's when people start listening, because that's where they can understand where the fuck you coming from.
And that's what they came there for. And it was great to see her finally realize, like, just remind people what your intention was with putting this together. That's your only job. Let Condola be Condola. Because I feel like she was trying to take on that persona and it just wasn't fitting, obviously. Yeah. So now when she was Issa, when she got back to Issa and why she's doing this in the first place, the crowd was literally like, oh, okay. Even Kelly was like, oh, now I see what she's doing. Yeah, she said, I finally know what this bitch is doing. Your own friend. I can't take
your own friend. And when she took a moment to thank Condola specifically and say, could not do this without Condola, it was like the tension between the two of them. I felt it was just like gone in that moment. Like, I was worried that you were going to hate me because I was dating your man, even though I didn't know it. And Issa being an adult, which, the fucking growth, I stand. Like, so yes, just be grown about it.
So good. And so genuine.
Yes, it's not, Condola didn't go behind your back. Condola didn't do you wrong. Like, this is just a fucked up circumstance. Black LA is small, and here we are.
Yeah, it's true. And you and Condola genuinely like each other and work well together, obviously. So it would be such a disservice to the both of them to let that get in between them.
Yes, but something else I noticed during this scene was that while Issa was talking, we cut away for a brief moment to focus on the friends. And Molly here is developing some jealousy that I think we're going to see come up over and over again with the relationship between Issa and Condola. Because that's when Tiffany tells her, Tiffany says, oh, do you think Issa's mad at me? And so she's like, why would she be mad? So Tiffany fills her in on everything that happened, and Molly, is just kind of looking crazy. She turns and looks at Condola like, this bitch. And then when Issa thanks her, it's like
confusion.
Right. Like, how dare you like this bitch? How dare you thank her for something when she's fucking your man? So I'm just like, oh, Molly, this is ugly, sis.
And I'm sure Molly felt the way that she didn't even know that was going down. Because remember when Issa, right after she had found out, she called Molly's phone, but Molly didn't answer. So she could be thinking that, Issa just didn't tell her, and not knowing that she tried to tell her. She just wasn't available.
You were the first person.
The first person she called. Like, reflex. So, but when you're looking for things to be wrong, which Issa later tells her, she is gonna see that as, like you said, probably starting to stir up a little bit of jealousy between them.
I saw it right then. I said, "Oh, Molly, here we fucking go." And then of course we confirm it in the last scene of the show. But thankfully, after Issa's speech, the tension from the party just kind of melts, and
she saved the day.
They went from 10 to 30 damn sponsors.
Amen.
Or they got another 30, so maybe they're at 40 total. Either way, they fucking killed it, and so. I was just so happy that she was mature about the situation as far as Condola was concerned, and happy that she realized this is my dream. And if I don't step up and just be real about it, I'm about to watch it fucking die right here in front of me. So like, let me just be real with myself and let me speak passionately and from the heart about what I really care about. So I'm just like so proud of Issa.
So good. The growth.
My niggas doing the work.
I'm excited now about just what this season is gonna bring as a whole. If just the first episode is showing this level of growth, I'm like, yes. And you know, you and I were always talking about therapy and maturation and processing and our growth. And so I feel very aligned with the themes in this season.
Listen, I was about to get into a whole prediction thing, but we'll do that at the end of the show. Because I was about to get started down a rabbit hole. But so Molly is busting a drink down by herself when Andrew walks up, and, you know, clearly he's ready to go. But Molly says she's going to stay behind to help with Issa. And, you know, I think that's valid, but also she was doing it more so to
be icy.
Yes, to be icy. So he, you know, he's like, you know, I'm gonna catch a car home, and she's clearly not feeling him. So he asks if she's okay, and of course she lies and said yes. Because Molly just cannot be real. But okay,
it's where she's at.
The mixer keeps going, though, and even Cheryl comes back to compliment Issa on the event and agrees to sponsor it, which was great, especially after that stank comment she made about Issa being Nigerian and the scam thing. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, my God.
Do people talk like this? That is fucking crazy. Like, ma'am, what are you saying right now? And then for Issa to actually be Nigerian, it was just like, oh, this could not be worse. Like,
and you know that had to have happened to Issa in real life.
Oh, you know, right. You know it did.
That was an actual conversation in a meeting. Bet you that.
So like, girl, tell me who did it. DM me. I just want to know.
Give us names. Give us ads.
That was fucked up. But at least Cheryl's old hateful ass did come back and agree to sponsor the block party. And, you know, she talks about how she's from Oakland and gentrification has done what it has done to Oakland. So, you know, this is an issue that she feels really strongly about. So everybody's proud of Issa. Tiffany is crying and being mean and blaming it on the hormones, even though she's just a mean person. And Kelly calls her a clumsy Simone Biles, which is also mean, but lovingly so. Yes, and you know she's still gonna go after Spencer regardless of what Issa say. I'm just like, this character. I love Kelly, but like you are on one at all times, sis.
And it's funny with Kelly because I always wonder how much of what she's saying is ad-libbed, you know, because she is a comedian and we know that sometimes she just adds things to the script.
Yes.
So I'm
Natasha
always trying
just
to guess.
Does things.
I'm always trying to guess. I'm like, I bet you that clumsy Simone Biles line was hers.
I bet you she remixed it every time they did the take and she just said something else because Natasha Rothwell is hilarious.
Hilarious, okay.
Once they all leave, it's just Issa and Molly here, you know, cleaning up. And Molly is real dry with the congratulations. And so then she tells her, you know, I think I'm done with Andrew because of the whole dating situation. Issa's like, I mean, y'all were having fun and you really like him. So, you know, just be real with yourself and stop fronting about it. Like, clearly you really cared about him. So you just need to be real with yourself about your feelings, which was a real thing that Molly really needed to hear.
Right, because it's the truth.
But then Molly turned it on her and was like, okay, well, if we done fronting, it's
weird that you're still working with Condola when she's dating Lawrence. And when were you going to tell me?
I tried to call you. And yeah, I mean, it's weird, but it doesn't have to be, and I'm fine with it.
So you're just going to keep working with her and being her friend?
Yeah.
And she's cool with that?
I think so. I mean, she came tonight, and I couldn't have done any of this without her, so.
Girl, I guess.
What?
It's just that, you know, your life don't have to be this messy, right? Sometimes I think you like that shit.
And I'm like, okay, like, let's have the conversation as a friend. I'm concerned with you, but the way it went,
it felt very jabby.
Yes.
It wasn't coming from an honest place. It was a very tit for tat moment that just felt young and kind of off. I was like, Molly.
Yeah, immature and threatened.
Yeah.
Right. Because Issa's like, yeah, it is weird, but it doesn't have to be, which is true. It is a very odd situation, but it doesn't have to get in the way of what y'all are doing. And Molly is just like mad at this. Like, so you just gonna keep working with her and being with her friend and you just cool with that? And it's like, did you hear her say that she couldn't have done none of this without Condola? Like, she needed her and she's a good friend. So, like, why would I stop working with her?
And that's more evidence of your point earlier where you were saying how the jealousy is starting to creep in. Yep. I feel like that's where it got exposed, fully exposed.
It did. Because, Condola is just as successful, just as cute, and just as well-dressed, right, and polished and all this. And she and Issa clearly have a great relationship. So Molly is letting all that influence the way she's acting right now. And it's real stank. Talking about Issa's life don't have to be that messy. And I feel like you just like that shit. And Issa looked so taken aback by that.
Shocked.
Right.
On so many levels, she looked shocked. The statement itself, the fact that her friend was saying this, the timing of it. Like, girl, can I clean up after my incredible event?
Like, I'm happy now.
I'm happy.
And also, my life isn't messy. I'm actually doing the unmessy thing by being an adult about the situation. So,
because life is messy. I'm just trying to process it.
Oh, my God. Without doing anything worse. So, and then Molly just is like, well, I'm just trying to help you be real with yourself and hold you accountable.
In
girl. So now I'm starting to see why Issa don't fuck with Molly no more.
I'm starting to see why no one does.
And you see what happens here. Molly takes Issa's good advice and texts Andrew and is like, oh, I'm sorry for being weird. I'm in my feelings. I do really like you. And it's like, see how that helped you to open up the doors of communication with this man and get back something you actually give a shit about? Whereas all you did was try to tear Issa down and tell her to cut off somebody who is helping her achieve her dream.
And then
for your own selfish reasons.
And the fact that she hit Andrew up, and you saw Andrew hit her back immediately because he's probably like, wow, yes, a moment of clarity, like actual communication.
Being honest.
Being honest. He doesn't seem to be someone that's playing games with her. So I thought even him hitting her back immediately was really important in that moment. But like you said, it kind of was wild that she integrated what Issa had just said, but did not, as a friend, come back and talk to Issa the way she was talking to Andrew.
Exactly. So I'm like, ooh, only one of us is experiencing the growth here now, and I can see how y'all started to grow apart.
Now that opening scene is getting clear.
It makes sense. It makes sense. So Issa texts Condola not to cut off their relationship like Molly suggested, which would have been fucking stupid. But to thank her again for all her work. And Condola is currently getting bust down.
She's
by
a little
Lawrence.
busy. Yeah, she's a little busy.
She's gonna have to reply to your text in the morning, but that's the messiness and the hard part of the situation. Ooh. Like, we're great friends, and when we're done being great friends, I'm gonna go fuck off on your ex.
Oh my God, I can't. But this is where all that growth gets applied. You can learn everything you need to learn, but it's when the situation like this is in front of your face. Can you apply those things, child?
Can you take the lessons and actually put them into practice?
Man. And I love that we're seeing her do it. We're seeing her do it, though, and it's very cool. We are.
You're right. We are seeing her do it. I'm proud of her. And, she and Molly are still cleaning up, but it's clear the vibe is off between the two of them. And that is where we end off on episode 1. Oh, Fran.
Bittersweet.
Predictions for Issa and Molly this season. Where do you think we're going to end up? At the end of episode 10, by the way, HBO gave us 10 episodes.
10
instead of 8. Yeah.
They said we ain't going to give you an hour, but we will give you 10.
We're not doing that.
No, we're not.
We will give you 2 more 30 minutes.
Maybe it's the woo-woo in me, but I do not think that we're going to lose Molly and Issa's friendship. I think what this season's going to show us is going to be the roller coaster they're going to have to endure because they're headed in such different directions. Mm-hmm. But I have faith, like we have seen in prior seasons, that somehow, some way, their paths will converge again, and even if it's not going to be easy, it's going to be ugly. But I think that their friendship at the end of the day is solid, and they'll always find a way back to each other. So I think it's going to get ugly, but I don't think that we're going to lose the Molly and Issa duo at all.
Well, I don't think we will ultimately, but I don't know if they're going to come back by the end of this season.
No? You think it's just going to be with the theme of this season?
I think so, because I don't know why exactly, other than, you know, it can be really hard on both sides. It can be hard as somebody who feels like, you know, you have matured and you want to start doing things better and moving more like an adult in your life, but you still have this friend that you really love who is still stuck in this different mindset. And then for the other person to feel like, oh, wow, so you done switched up and got on your woo-woo holistic shit and now you're too good for me. And, you know, and now I'm not good enough for your life. You know, so I think, and now you've replaced me with this other girl who, you know, fuck her because she's fucking Lawrence and, you know, whatever those issues are. So I think ultimately, yes, Issa and Molly will be friends. I really hope. No, they will. They definitely will.
Right?
But,
let's just have faith.
No, I mean, they definitely will. They're the main relationship. Like, no, they will. I cannot
like,
accept.
We sound like the kombucha girl. We're like, yeah, no, yeah, maybe.
Right. But no, I do think ultimately Issa and Molly are going to be friends. I just think maybe not this season, but I hope this season.
We shall see. Whew.
Yeah.
What about Condola and Issa? What are your predictions for their relationship?
I think Issa is going to sleep with Lawrence.
Oh, God.
Fran, your face. I think Issa's going to fuck Lawrence.
Oh, man. I don't know. That just hit me in the chest because I feel like you're right.
You know, you be doing so good and you doing so good and then you just backslide.
Ooh, relatable content.
I think Issa's gonna fuck Lawrence. I do.
Oh, shit. You know, it's so hard for me because I can see it. I can see it. Now that you said it, I can't unsee it.
The fact that they were both so weird about Condola knowing them, like, I think it just shows that what they had is not insignificant.
Right.
And like, there's feelings there one way or the other. Like, if you know this ex of mine, then automatically I'm going to feel a way about it because of the way I feel about this person. So I think that's what the two of them have. And you know what? It ain't over till it's over.
I think you're right. I'm gonna say that off top.
Oh shit!
But to play devil's advocate for the sake of the show, I'm gonna give a different trajectory where Condola and Lawrence do extremely well together. Their communication stays strong. They weather the storm of Issa, whatever the upside down, you know, it might turn into throughout the season. But I do think they're going to be okay because something about the way they connect and their chemistry just seems solid to me already early. I don't know. I think they're going to be okay. And I think that Issa and Condola are going to be okay too. I think they're actually going to get really, really close. And that's probably just going to be the main riff between Issa and Molly.
Okay. That's very sweet. That's very sweet, Fran.
You know, I'm just going because I know you're right.
I think there will be chaos and mayhem. Yes, I do. Okay, Molly and Andrew, what you think? How long do they last?
I don't think they're gonna last. I think he's gonna be over it. I think she's gonna. Because the things that she has to process and work through, that's not a season worth of growth. That's going to be several seasons worth of growth. You know,
and that's why I feel like she and Issa might not come back together this season because she has a lot to do.
A long way to go,
But also, there are a lot of women who find it easier to do that work with a romantic interest
that is
as opposed to a friend.
That is true. Sometimes that's the mirror that needs to be held up to them that actually makes them do the work. You're absolutely correct.
And, you know, the last time Molly apologized to Andrew, it was really terrible. And he was like, get out my face. But this was like, you know, I was in my feelings because I really like you. And I'm sorry that I acted like that. So when somebody can be real about, you know, the fact that they did something fucked up or acted a weird way, when they can be real about that, that makes it so much easier to want to grow with them. Because it's like, okay, things don't have to be perfect, but we can acknowledge when we fucked up. And like come back to each other, talk to each other about it, and do something better afterwards. So yeah, I think we're gonna see this for a while, and maybe it'll be the further that Issa and Molly get away from each other, the closer Molly and Andrew get to each other. Maybe. You know, maybe.
Burr, 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 burr. I see it. I have to slow that down for you. That's good, Crissle.
Like, you know, Condola is the new Molly for Issa, and Andrew is the new Issa for Molly. Maybe. We'll see, girl. We'll see. But
I'm with this. I'm with this.
I know that I'm excited. So
either way, I'm so excited. Insecure is back.
We were ready and we needed this.
We needed this.
It bad.
I went back to look at when was the last episode we left off in, and it was like September of 2018.
Yeah, it has been a long time.
The fact that we are finally back, we're very excited. We would love to hear your predictions. Those of you listening, tell us, what are you thinking? Condola and Issa, what do you think about Molly and Issa, Molly and Andrew? Do you think Dro is coming back? Are we seeing Dro again?
I don't think so. I think Dro has exhausted his storyline. Maybe
I mean, you never know.
Maybe when Tiffany has the baby.
Oh, you're right. And they all come back together. Yeah. I'm ready to see Chad. I'm excited for Chad. I'm like, where are you at with his silly self?
Oh my God. Yes.
I'm excited for all the characters to start slowly coming in throughout the season.
Right. Letting us know what it is they about to do. Exactly.
Whew. So happy this is back.
All right. Well, don't forget to use the hashtag Insecurity to connect with us on social media about the show. And don't forget to follow Fran at Hey Fran Hey and listen to her other projects, which, she's doing a lot of things, but mainly it's the Friend Zone with Asante and Dustin Ross. So.
And don't forget to follow Crissle on all the things, also known as the other half of the incredible, massive, game-changing podcast.
We're not doing
known
this.
As The Read.
Okay. All right.
And make sure, like Crissle said, you follow us and tell us all your thoughts and all your predictions. Let's spell out the hashtag, because I know sometimes it can get a little bit confusing on how it's spelled.
Right. That's
Insecurity, INSECURITEA. That's the hashtag. Insecurity, T as if you're drinking tea. So we will definitely be online reading everything you have to say. And of course, every week we'll be watching the show right along and tweeting through it as we process everything that is going on.
Yes, and don't forget to subscribe, rate, comment wherever you get your favorite shows. We will be having more interviews coming up in the future with some of the cast and people behind the scenes at Insecure.
So we can ask them some questions.
That's right. Hopefully get somebody to slip up. They never slip up. They never slip up.
Never.
But just in case.
So Insecure comes on Sunday nights at 10, and then you can listen to us on Monday mornings. We're very excited that we will be coming out a lot sooner than we were before.
All right, y'all. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye. Insecurity, the Insecure After Show, is a Loudspeaker Studios production in association with Team Epiphany. We're your hosts, Crissle and Fran. Our producers, Matt Raz.
The executive producers are Chris Morrow and Matt Raz. Our associate producer is Tyrell Worley. And the show is engineered and edited by Dwayne Crawford. Thanks, everybody.
Burr, 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 burr.